I'm here with Dr. Sheila Kilbane, who is an MD, a pediatrician who went back to get her integrative fellowship. So she is the whole package of traditional medicine and the holistic side of things. And we're talking today about constipation, which is becoming a greater and greater problem in our kids. So we got to start with a definition, Dr. Kilbane. How would someone know if they or their child were constipated?
Well, my definition of constipation in the conventional medical world will be a little bit different. And
Go figure.
what I would love to focus on really is that we should be having at least one easy daily bowel movement. And it should not take a long time. You shouldn't have to force it. You shouldn't have to push. There should be no straining. So that's what we want to aim for. Mm-hmm. And if that's not happening, then we've got some work to do.
Got some work to do. So what kind of root causes are you helping your pediatric patients uncover?
Yeah, so we have to look at the inflammation. And when it comes to constipation, the first thing we always look at is food. And I did not train this way at all. So if your pediatrician hasn't said this to you yet, it's because that's not how we get trained. So I'd like to point that out. And so for years, I was taking kids off of dairy and then increasing magnesium, which you can do with a supplement, or you can do it with green leafy vegetables. And that will resolve a significant amount of constipation. And there was a study done in 2016 where they took 65 kids who were 6 years and younger who had chronic constipation. And so these kids had one bowel movement every 3 to 15 days. I mean, can you imagine?
Poor babies.
I know, right? And so what they did is they took them off of cow's milk. And what they ended up doing is so the kids that they took off of the cow's milk, within a week, 68% of them had a daily bowel movement. And then they reintroduced the cow's milk, and within a week, all of them were constipated again. So wow. It's really, and that's just one study. And it's the interesting thing about that study is that they put the kids on soy milk. But if they did that a longer term study, we really should be taking the kids more to water, because soy milk, there's a high percent of kids who are sensitive to dairy that are also sensitive to soy. So we don't want to swap those two out for one another. But my mantra is that I want kids to drink water. They don't really, let's eat our nutrients, or, with a smoothie, that's perfectly fine. But otherwise, if we're drinking something, let's make it water and then have whatever we're eating pack a punch with a good nutrient-dense food, like vegetables, good quality proteins, good quality fats. Does that make sense?
So I'm sure that study was not sponsored by the American Dairy Association, but it really unequivocally says to families, if you're struggling with constipation, if you're not having one easy bowel movement at least once a day, it doesn't hurt to cut dairy for a week, right? 68%.
68%.
Success. That's pretty big. And if you're, especially if your child's hurting, I mean, if you're constipated, your school performance is going to be hurting, your social life is going to be hurting because you're a little cranky. You're hurting. Your brain is not functioning as well, and you're not treating other people as well as you would if you were your best self. So it's a big deal, and sometimes it's easy to fix.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have to have a bowel movement to detoxify our system. So it makes a big difference.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kilbane. And readers, if you think you need a little more help with issues with your children, Dr. Kilbane has an amazing online course called Healthy Kids, Happy Moms, and we will be sure to link to that wherever we share this video. Thanks again.